Hi, I'm Leon Lovelace, and this is Unstoppable Force. Now, I got a news story for you, and it's not like on one specific story, but I want to talk about Africom because one of my really nice viewers and really smart viewers, he said, "Hey, check out Africom. Maybe you could do a video on that." So he just put a link for a few videos, and boy, oh fucking boy, did I not know what was going on with the U.S. military. Okay, because let's go to Wikipedia so we could get just a short description of it. Because Africom is the United States Africa Command, and it's one of the 9 unified combatant commands of the United States Armed Forces. So our military is so fucking large that we have 9 different military commands, and their duties are to organize conflicts and organize pretty much any wars that happen in their geographical regions. So that's a fucking problem right there, is that our nation is not just a nation but a fucking empire. That our empire is so big that we have military posts just scattered all across the fucking globe. And of course, that's to make sure that our deep state and our military industrial complex could keep churning and keep pulling in big fucking money. And all that money's going just a few of the fucking oligarchs that are controlling our military. And in a way controlling the world, because they're making sure they dictate which leaders are put in place in specific countries so they could carry out U.S. interests. But I'll go on with this short statement. Headquartered at Kelly Barracks, Stuttgart, Germany, it is responsible for U.S. military operations, including fighting regional conflicts and military relations with 53 African nations. Its area of responsibility covers all Africa except Egypt, which is within the area of responsibility of the United States Central Command. U.S. Africom headquarters operating budget was $276 million in fiscal year 2012. So of course it's bigger than that now, since that was 5 years ago. And Africom is pretty new because it was only established in 2007. This is on the Wikipedia page. In 2007 under the George Bush administration. Of course, when they announced it, they just promoted it as it's just the peacekeeping and just the organizing, just the military, so our military could work with the militaries in those African nations to make sure we combat terrorism. But of course, since we also fund terrorism, you can't really fund terrorism if you want to eliminate terrorism or limit terrorism as much as you possibly can. So, of course, the U.S. military is just talking out of both sides of their fucking mouths. And it's really just to continue the white imperialism that's been going on for pretty much forever. Well, as long as I can fucking tell.
Cynthia McKinney, today I want to talk about Africom, the United States African Command, which was set up back in 2007 ostensibly to further security cooperation between the United States of America and the continent of Africa. But I think anyone who's seen the way that cooperation has played out over the last few years knows that that really is not the ultimate motive behind the setting up of Africom. So what is your take on why Africom was established and what its real purpose is?
Well, as Cindy Sheehan would say, to provide security for the robber barons, because unfortunately, the problem that exists all over the African continent is the insecurity of the people with respect to basic human needs, food and water and shelter and good governance. And instead, you've got the particular individuals who are able to wield power in Western capitals, including Washington, D.C., who are able to go in and steal the resources that ought to really accrue to the people of those countries or of that continent. So Here we have a situation where the public is told one thing, and unfortunately, the reality is quite a different matter.
Because Africom really took a lead for overthrowing Muhammad Gaddafi, he was the leader of Libya back in 2011, 2012, I believe. But the main issue with Africom and these other military commands is that they're not put in place to make sure that the people that live in those nations have a better life. They're put in there to make sure that the military industrial complex could keep going, or so they could do whatever they want to do or need to do to make sure that we get that oil in that certain nation, and we give that to corporations that need to make a shitload of profit off of. So I'll put a link to some of the videos I watched in the description box below, so you guys can check them out. I'll try to make some other videos about Africom, because I'm sure I could dig some more and find out a little bit more about what Africom's role is with our special forces being in Niger, because a lot of these military commands are also going to be in control of any special forces operations that, of course, there's a shitload of being done all the time, and a lot of the public's not going to hear about that at all. But the people that live in those nations are going to feel a big impact from those.